안녕하세요, 여러분. I feel like nowadays I've been really busy with lots of different things and I didn't really dedicate any time to making Korean learning videos for you guys. So today I decided to give you guys a very grammar intensive lesson, and yeah, I really hope you guys are going to find this useful in your studies. I will be talking about particles, our favorite thing, something that Korean seems to have an abundance of. And the specific particle I'll be talking about is uro or ro. It's one of those particles that's very hard to translate into English because it has so many different translations that it can get a little bit confusing for beginners. So we're going to go through most of the meanings that this particle has. And as you go through the examples, as you read Korean, talk in Korean a little bit more, you will get more comfortable recognizing different instances when this particle is used. So don't worry if today we won't cover like every single instance. So it's a particle that you add to nouns to indicate through what tools, methods, materials, process, devices, something is being done. So before you get all confused on me, let's head straight to the examples. A very simple sentence would go something like 택시로 갈 거예요. I will go by taxi. You are turning the taxi into the method of which you're going to do something, which in the sentence is to go somewhere, right? 택시로 갈 거예요 means you're going to go using a taxi, by taxi. Another example can be 눈으로 봤어요. I saw it with my eyes. Another way this process-making particle works is also when we're talking about languages. So I said this in a certain language would also be using this particle. So if you want to say, I said this sentence in Korean, that would sound like 그 문장을 한국어로 말했어요. 문장 means sentence. That sentence in Korean, using Korean language, I said. You can say it like that. Furthermore, 으로 can also be used when you talk about eating. Specifically when you're trying to indicate during what meal you ate. For example, if you want to say, I ate rice for breakfast, you will say 아침 식사로 밥을 먹었어요. 로 in this case means for. Here's a bit of an intermediate example where you can say 보통 점심 식사로 과일만 먹어요. Usually, I only eat fruits for dinner. Alright, so now that we've discussed this one big definition of 으로, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. It also has another completely different definition, and that is to indicate a general direction of something, like east-west, or towards those people, or towards the building, towards the school, towards the library. It can be a little similar to 에 particle, which means to, but also it can sometimes be different. The Korean from Zero textbook, the second one, gives a really good short explanation of how 에 and 으로 are different. Their example sentences vary from like pretty simple beginner ones to like intermediate advanced ones. So yeah, you can see them right here. And I'm sure this book mentions 로 and 으로 a little bit more at some point. Browse through it, I'm sure you can find more examples of 로. Major difference between 로 and 에 is, for example, if I'm saying 집으로 갈 거예요 or 집에 갈 거예요. 집에 갈 거예요 is that I'm going home. Like, home is my final destination. But 집으로 갈 거예요 is more like I'm going in the direction of home. Like I'm heading home. It's a minor difference. In English also you can say I'm going home or you can say I'm heading home. Literally means the same thing, but like a little nuanced definition. It's just a tiny little bit different. So a more concrete example that shows difference between 로 and 에 would be 집 안쪽으로 달렸어요 or 집 안에서 달렸어요. First sentence means I ran towards the inside of the house. So I ran into the house towards the inside of the house. The second sentence means I was running inside the house. 집 안쪽으로 달렸어요 means I ran from the outside inside the house. 집 안에서 달렸어요 means I was running inside the house. I was just making them circles inside my house for no apparent reason. I don't know. Speaking of 쪽으로, I feel like I didn't specify it. 쪽 means direction, I guess, in Korean. Somewhat. Let me know if I'm wrong. And when you add that to 으로, 쪽으로, it means kind of like in the direction of. So you can say 저쪽으로, that direction, over there. Or 사람 쪽으로, even, in the direction of people. 쪽으로 is a really, really good particle to know when you're giving other people directions, or when other people are giving you directions and you gotta understand what they're talking about. One last thing I say before we're done, you can actually use 에 and 로 in the same sentence, and they both will mean different things. For example, you can say 비행기로 유럽에 갈 거예요. I will go to Europe by an airplane. You're using 로 as a method marking particle, and 에 is your direction marking particle. Yeah, so that's it for today. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful upcoming weekend. I'll see you guys next week. 안녕!